everyone, I'm so
Hi
excited
everyone,
to
I'm so
have you with
excited
us
to
tonight.
have you
We're
with
going to be
us
playing
tonight. We're going to
D&D.
be
This is
playing
our first
D&D. This
session.
is our first session.
Our DM is
Our
Gil.
DM is
We're also
Gil.
playing with
We're
Levi,
also
the
playing with
senile
Levi,
dwarf,
the senile dwarf.
with Rakud,
With
who is
Rakud,
my number
who
one
is
fan.
my number one fan.
Geo, who is my
Geo,
husband.
who is my husband.
And me, I'm Garnet Gamer Girl.
I'm Garnet Gamer Girl.
Really excited to
I'm
play.
really excited to play.
So let's take it away.
Take it away.
All right, in the sake of brevity, we're just gonna jump right in. The scene opens on a beautiful, bustling city, filled with many iconographies of different deities, and many streets full of people, busy as normal. Our scene pans to a gentleman sitting on the docks of the airship docks. Gio, would you please describe your character?
Yes. Jeffrem is a very large human, standing about 6'5", very well built and well proportioned, handsome, with a very strong jaw and sharp features. He's got very short, almost militaristic, dark brown hair and blue eyes. And he's sitting there kind of glancing over the edge, looking rather nervous.
As you're standing there, or as you're sitting there, patiently waiting for your companion, Tulia,
Tuli for short. That's
Tuli
good.
for short. That's good.
Tuli to meet you at the Skyship ports. You you're sitting there and you're looking around. You look over the edge for a bit, and you look off into the distance. You look off one of the other skyships, and you swear you see someone you think you know. It was only for a second, brief as can be, but after you blink your eyes, the person's gone. In that very moment, your companion Tuli walks up. Please, Garnet, if you would describe your character as well.
Okay.
So she's walking up and she
doesn't see you yet.
But when she does, she starts skipping.
She starts skipping.
And she is a satyr, meaning she has fuzzy goat legs. They're mostly a dark red, but have some white patches on them. And then her upper half is covered with a little bit of leather armor, and she has a lute strapped to her back, along with a backpack, and you don't actually see any weapons, but you see the lute, and super excited. I have a picture here to share. This is not a satyr. This is a goat. Is there still a horrible echo?
Barbara?
I'm sorry.
Hold on, sorry.
I don't know what that means. All right, is anybody else hearing a horrible echo? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I do not believe so.
Okay.
I'm hearing you echo.
Okay, so can you? Should you pause or mute your microphone?
Mute your microphone.
It's not my mic. It's doing it without my mic at all.
Dang. What should I do?
Please bear with us. We are dealing with them.
Yep. Sorry. We will get this figured out.
We will get this figured out.
Let me check real quick.
Gil.
Sorry, Gil.
You're completely fine. It's understandable.
Always happens in the beginning.
When you speak and see if it comes across.
Testing.
Move the mouse over there. And scroll down so you can see the cover.
Testing.
Scroll down till you can see the cover.
That's as far down as
Hold on, hold one moment, please.
Oh, there we go.
Come in.
Oh, the camera.
Oh, the camera.
It's picking up volume also, isn't it?
Volume also, isn't it?
Doing the stream for What's up?
Okay, is there still an echo? Testing?
I will get to it. I'll start on it.
No, that
Okay,
sounds
good.
better.
That was the problem.
Monday when I get
Okay,
off of work.
sorry about that.
Because one of them don't
Apparently my
gonna do the other
webcam
two.
was
And they
also
take
had
too
its
long.
microphone on.
Now that I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Better, yay, thank you. Okay, great.
I have.
All right, thank you, Gil. We also fixed the problem. So Thule sees you and she starts skipping and she waves, and just to show what she feels like, this is Thule incarnate. This cute little baby goat is embodiment of Thule. It's
Does that have a stick?
Yes, it has a stick in its mouth because it thought the stick was fun. So I will eventually have a good picture of her, but right now that gives the whole feel.
I look over at Thule as she's clearly arriving, and I look over the edge again, and I say, I wish there was any other way to get out of here but this.
Oh, lighten up, it'll be fun. And she hops up onto the ship, and she doesn't actually take the plank. She just bends her little goat legs and leaps, and then she's up there by your side.
Okay. Now we're gonna cut to another beautiful city, walled off just as well, which seems to have a very, very large keep posted in the back center of this beautiful town. We pan down into a blacksmith forge going hot, heat creating the heat distortion in the air, and a dwarf hammering away. Levi, would you please introduce your character?
Yes, my dwarf Brongar Ironheart is very, very old for a dwarf. He probably has 50 years left in him, upwards to 300 to 400 years old. He has very large gray braided beard and long braided hair that's white, a little bit of red. You could see a little bit of like shimmer of red from the forge within it. And he's just pounding away. He's a dwarven fighter, or gunslinger, and yeah, sweat, dirty, soot, everything you could think of, pounding away.
As you're hammering away at the newest piece of equipment you're making for whomever has sanctioned you to make this, you hear a familiar tapping at your door, and you put the heated piece of metal down, and you go to the door. And as you open the door, you see a very, very familiar face. And if you would, Bakud, please introduce yourself.
Hello. My character's name is Dal Colin, and he is a turtle, a blue turtle. He has blue skin and a blue shell with streaks of white throughout. And on his back is actually a smaller green shell, sort of centered on his back, but about half the size of his back shell. He has pouches all around him, full of miscellaneous things, and he has a long ironwood mace with a unique spikes on the end, and he has a very, very, very large face. He's a very large man. He stands about 6'2", and he weighs about 530 pounds. A very, very giant turtle. But he seems, even though he's very big, he seems to have a very gentle persona about him.
You came into the city because it felt like your mace was a little off. You came to see the person who created this, uh, possibly to see if they could diagnose the issue, or maybe if you're just having an off day.
My mace, something feels off about it. Can you help me, friend?
Oh, Mr. Colin, what seems to be the problem? Give it here. Give it here. Let me take a look.
Okay.
Oh, he'll look at you, look back at the mace. Well, I use a lot of metal in most of my items, but I feel like I can help you here. Let's see what I can do.
Thank you, my friend.
No role necessary. You're very familiar with the space. You handcrafted it yourself. You put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into making this because you understand the connection it has to him. Because you share a similar connection to your weapons and your armor. A couple moments go past after he took it to the back to fix it. Seems like no time at all. He brings back the mace, and as you swing it, it's perfectly fine. And then at that moment, as the mace, you take your first swing of mace, you hear a knocking at the door of your shop.
Oh, who's there?
It's a god of Whitestone. The the lady and lord of Whitestone wish to see you.
Oh, crap. I'll try to be as presentable as possible, and then come and open the door. And my lord and lass, I do apologize. Please come in.
Uh, as the door opens, Percival walks in first. As usual, he walks past you, giving you a simple nod. Apologies. I need to check and make sure your forge is working properly and everything's going well. And as he goes into the back, Lady Vexalia walks in shortly behind him. How are you, darling? How are you doing today?
Well, as good as a dwarf can be. Doing great. Just getting my mind off things, hammering away like always. What about you, miss? How are you doing?
Doing wonderful. A bit of a problem. Nothing we can't simply handle. Oh, good, good. You're here as well. Uh, everything okay in the forest around Whitestone?
Yes, my lady. The beasts and the trees are happy as can be for now.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, dear. Is, could you please get us some tea and some seats, please? This we've been walking this entire time. Percival insisted that we walk.
Of course. And he'll push an anvil over for her to sit on, and that's the most comfortable seat here. And then he'll go get a stool for the others and try to come up with some tea on the spot.
She takes her seat. She brushes the anvil off and takes her seat. And she takes her bow off, which for you swear for a second it seems like it's moving, and she puts it down beside her seat. And a few moments go past, and Percival walks in and takes his seat, uh, beside her. So, I'm out of character. I'm sorry. I have I'm having a moment. Levi, what is your character's name again? I'm so sorry.
It's Brongar, Ironheart, or Bron for short.
Brongar. Okay. Brongar, I have a bit of a proposition for you. It seems one of our contacts, and I believe you may know this person as well, has seemed to have gone missing, or he was killed. We don't know the quite what has happened, and would like you to go check it out. We are enlisting the aid of 2 other people as we speak. They should be arriving here shortly via skyship. Uh, would you please be so kind and take a look into this for me?
Who's going missing?
Gentleman by the name of Andros, sorry.
Oh, Andros. Of course, yes. Yeah, I could do that. We can do that, right? And he'll look over at the turtle, Dal. we can do that.
If you need my help, I am here to serve.
Of course, darling. Of course, we need your help. We need your special skills that you have with the woods and woodland creatures.
That is not a problem at all. I am happy to help you, my lady.
Thank you, darling. You will be traveling via skyship to the closest city, and then you'll be traveling on foot. We cannot offer any more. Our coffers are running a little bit empty, and at that phrase, Percy looks over at Vexalia and gives her like a knowing glance and a smirk. And if you would you please be a dear and take care of this for us?
I can do that. We could do that for him. At least I can. You've done, and you've been so good to me when I didn't deserve it. So yes, I can do that.
Lady Voxalia looks over at Dal.
I would love to help my lady. I have nothing eminent going on, so it gives me something to do.
Perfect, wonderful, darling. The skyship should be here in about 30 minutes or so. Please make your way to the castle with us, and we will we'll see that be leaving immediately. Please gather your things and meet us at the castle.
Very well, my lady.
Of course.
And she gets up and realizes that the tea you were preparing was kind of pointless. I'm truly sorry, darling. I thought this would take more time to convince you. I thought I was gonna have to give you a wink.
You could still give me a wink.
She gives you a wink, and then she nods. We really must be getting back to the castle to prepare for the skyship's arrival.
Of course. Have a lovely day. And Brongar will walk over to a little hidey hole he has and get his armor and shield and hammer. And when he pulls it out, you can see that on the front of it, there are, in Dwarven runes, there are different names etched, or a single name etched on the shield. And then on every face of the hammer, there's runes on there. I don't think that he would have shown you this before, Dal. So, and reading it, they're just different names on each of them.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Sorry. In languages, if you know the language, can you read and write it as well?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Okay. Because I do know Dwarvish, so I might not know the names, but I can recognize that they are names.
Correct.
So almost as quickly as they came. They get their things together and they leave. Uh, Before Percy walks out the door completely, he looks over at uh, Brongar. How are the how is your pepper box coming?
Oh, well, it's coming along as best as it can. I still have a few things to work on. Barrel system's been a bit of an issue, and but that's as far as I've gotten.
We can discuss later. I can give you notes to go over on your while you're on your trip to
Oh,
this city, and we can go from there. They should help you with the issue. Uh, they may be a little bit frantic because I was a bit of a hurry jotting down some extra notes for your travels. Um, but please, meet us at the castle as soon as you can.
I should be there in the next 20 minutes. I have to get on my armor.
Thank you. As always, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
It's a pleasure.
He nods and he walks out, and the guard soon follows. And it's not uncommon for you to see this, but it looks like they only have one guard following them. You understand why, because they're completely capable of handling themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, not Geo, Dal, you don't really notice because you're not really paying attention. Or Lady Victoria doesn't go out into the woods with guards because she can once again handle herself with her bear that you have had many lovely and intelligible conversations with. Uh, but they leave, and you have a moment to yourself before you have to head towards the castle.
You need my help preparing. I carry my home with me, so I am good to go now.
I just need a few moments to put on my mail and no, we can go. But I carry my home with me as well, and he'll kind of motion to the shield and to the his hammer, and just like you have your family close, I have mine as well.
I did
That's why.
see the names, and that is a wonderful tribute.
Thank you. My shield, my home. It's Hildra, my wife, and he'll list off the names of his children, but um, he'll just keep it very short and brief. But let me
While you're
just yep,
sorry, go ahead.
let me just turn off the fire and we can get going.
I can help with that. And create water. Needed.
No, 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 no. We don't want that. It's it might cause something a little bit too explosive. Too much heat.
Okay. I understand. You know your craft more than I.
So yeah, he'll shut everything off, cool everything down, and yeah, we'll head out.
As you're heading towards Whitestone Castle proper, we're gonna cut back to the airship. Uh, is there anything uh, Garnet and Geo that you would like to do in the because this is a pseudo time skip that we're gonna make here, so we don't have to role play the entirety of the skyship trip. Is there anything you would like to do during that time?
Thule is just going to be sitting on deck, staring over the edge, just completely enwrapped with the whole adventure. She's gonna have a lute, and she's kind of plucking away at it, but it's brand new to her, and so she's kind of figuring it out, absent-mindedly, while just grinning and staring over the edge.
Geo, would you like to do anything?
Um, Jeffrem will be spending most of the entire ride as far away from the edge as possible. He looks highly uncomfortable with how high in the air everything is. Mostly he's just keeping to himself. I'm not going to be out there trying to socialize. In fact, I'd probably be looking at any other passengers with a degree of mistrust. And mostly just watching Thule, kind of in a very protective manner. You might say, like, in case she's about to fall off the edge or something, he looks like he's ready to swoop in. But otherwise, he's trying to stay away and just stay to himself.
Throughout this trip, give me two perception checks, please.
Let's see.
I get an 18 for the first one. I'm rolling real dice here.
Okay, that's fine. I prefer it.
18 for the first one.
Okay.
And 14 for the second
one. Okay. What the first couple days of this travel go fine without a hitch. Thule is enjoying herself on the railings of the ship, plucking away at her loot. But towards the tail end of the trip, you see that figure again. You're not sure, but you swear you see a Jaina.
Okay, say that again. I'm sorry, I did not hear it clearly what you said.
Is it Jana or Jaina, the tiefling?
Oh, yeah. Hold on just a second. Yeah. That would be Jana. Yeah.
You swear you see Jana for a split second, and then as you go to follow her to where you think you saw her, she's gone.
I'm gonna come up to Thule. Thule. Have you seen Jana on this boat?
You mean Jana back from Vasselheim?
Yes. I don't really know anyone outside of Vasselheim.
I don't know. Have I? DM?
You could also give me 2 perception checks as well.
I'm sorry. Where is what do I add to the perception? Is it just the wisdom bonus?
You add it's wisdom, and if you are proficient in wisdom, excuse me, you add your proficiency bonus.
Well. Oh,
you
yes,
have a
I see it.
2 to your
great.
perception.
So I've got a 14 and 16.
That's during the first half of the trip, you swear from what he's described of her to you, and I'm pretty sure you may have seen her once or twice around
I've met her a
Vasselheim.
couple times.
You swear you also have seen her.
Okay, then my response is, yeah, I saw her a few days ago, or a few hours. I'm sorry, how long does this take?
You saw it. It takes about a week from Vasselheim to.
Oh yeah, I saw her a few days ago down by the bow.
Did she tell you about any plans of leaving Vasselheim?
Nope.
This is news to me.
When you saw her, Thule, you saw her at the bow of the boat, and you looked at her, took a second, was like, in your head, like, is that Jana? And then you look back, and she wasn't there anymore.
Okay. When I went to say hi, I couldn't find her again. But I figure we're on a boat together, so I'll see her again.
Well, there are worse people that we could run into. I mean, I've always liked Jana. She's been a good drinking buddy, but I don't know what she'd be coming out of town for. I can't think of any reason Zan would want her gone. unless something might have happened to their group.
Thule just kind of stares
The cup-
off and nods and absentmindedly plucks away.
You're on your last day of travel, and you're about an hour outside of Whitestone. Both of you, please give me one more perception check.
14.
3.
So, Thule, you see her again, and this time you're just as curious as he is because you're confused why she's here. And if you choose so, you can walk
Okay,
up to
I'm
her.
gonna first like hit him in the side and say, "Jeff, look, there she is," and then go bounding over towards her.
I kind of shake my head and like at my ribs where she just poked me and shake my head and follow.
When you look where she's pointing, you see her. She's standing there clear as day, but she hasn't seemed to notice you. She seems like she's her mind's somewhere else. It seems uh Thule, you notice this. She seems like she's talking to herself.
Okay.
Oi, Jen.
Oi, Jenna, are you there? I start
She
snapping my fingers and waving at her.
she looks over at you, and before she can really make any response, Thule, you're already there. You're standing
Okay.
in front of her, and the look on her face is panicked and nervous, and she's a little bit. It seems like she was talking to herself still when you walked up.
Okay. I want to look really
She
closely. Like, was she talking to herself, like just muttering, or like staring over next to her side or something?
give me an Arcana check,
Okay.
please.
That's 9.
Oof. All right. You just think she's talking
Okay.
to herself.
Well, then I'm gonna say, "Hi, are you adventuring too? Jeff and I are off to find something or other. I don't remember. How are you?"
I you weren't supposed to know that I was here. And as she's trying to find words to say, Jeff, you get there.
Jenna, surprised to see you here. Did Zen decide to send you out of the city? Or have you left his employ?
He takes a deep breath, and both of you can roll me an insight.
3.
21.
Uh, she starts talking, and as she's talking, you feel like there's something off. Something's not right. It just feels like she was supposed to be here. I of course, yeah. I left Zan's crew, and I'm just out on my own now. Trying to do my own thing, exploring the world.
Okay, I'd like to say, "Oh, Jana, it's okay. We're all friends. You can tell me." And try for a persuasion.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have silver tongue. I rolled a 7, but that means that I can treat any roll of 9 or less as a 10. So that
Okay,
plus persuasion is a 17.
pretty good, pretty good. She she seems like she's
Oh,
unaffected. He's like, no, it's that's not what it is. Uh, Jeff, you could roll a another insight check with advantage. Actually, no, because yeah, roll another insight check with advantage. I'll do it like
Okay,
that.
let's see. 15.
You've worked with her for a while. You've done a lot of jobs with her and the rest of the crew. She's clearly lying to you. I'm
Jenna,
saying this because you have intimate knowledge of this person, because you've worked with her a long time. You got to know this person.
Jenna, you know that you can't lie. You know that you're not good at it. Come on. Be honest. What's going on?
She clams up real quick. She's like, I have to go. We're getting ready to land soon. I need to go.
Is someone threatening you?
And she tries to walk past you and head toward
I'm
below
gonna
deck.
hop in front of her and just kind of accidentally be in front of her wherever she tries to get away.
Um, Thule, I need to go. I need to go back to my quarters. I need to get ready for us to land. We're about to be in port. I need to go.
Okay, I'll shoot one final look at Jeffrem. Like, come on. And then I'll kind of just slowly walk out of her way.
You can give me intimidation or Jeff, or give me intimidation or persuasion.
Okay, I'm going for persuasion. An 11. Come on.
Ooh, ooh,
You
ooh.
can get free of him, Jana. You don't have to do whatever it is you're being made to
Okay,
do.
as he does that, I'm gonna start gently plucking a song on my lute. And it comforts her a little bit. I'm gonna cast Suggestion. And for that, she's gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. I suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two. I'm gonna say, it's okay. We're friends and you can tell us. You can trust us.
Being familiar with the what spells you cast and how you cast them, you feel the spell
Good.
take hold, and she she looks she looks down for a moment and then looks past you to make sure that no one is also on the deck, and she leans in. Uh, Look, Zan sent me to follow you. Um, he was a little bit surprised when he found that you were still alive and you weren't thrown to jail. Uh, we used to drink together, so I'm gonna tell you this. And if I tell you this, you didn't hear from me. Uh, Zan is a scary man. Uh, Zen is a scary man. We left you there on purpose.
Why would he do that?
He felt like you served a purpose. He felt like uh, a thought. A thought
Mm.
was the better choice. He felt like you were going soft, and just, he thought you would be gone. The Platinum Sanctuaries doesn't normally, you know, take lightly to people try to steal things from them.
Well, I am sad to hear that. It will not serve him well to try and betray people in that manner, but it has worked out better for me. What does he want with me now?
Look, you're a loose end. You understand. I wanted to know where you were going. He wanted to know what the best place would be to get to you, and I've clearly been made now, and I can't stay here with you. I can't.
You
I
can
gotta
tell
go.
him that I'm leaving Vasselheim, and I
He
have
already
no current plans on returning.
he knew
And
that.
if he wishes to deal with me directly, he can do so in the future.
He knew that you were leaving Vasselheim already.
Or You can stay
Laura,
with us, and there's no better way to keep an eye on us than going with us.
It is a better life than what he's offering you, Jana.
he paid you a courtesy. He left you because he thought you'd be taken care of. Because he had a bit of a soft spot for you, but he's not going to do that for me. Uh, if I get caught with you, I'm done. I'm done. Just look, we've shared an ale or two together, and I had to tell you. Just watch your back. I don't know if he sent Lars or not. I know he sent me here.
Well, if he feels that I am such a threat that he feels that he must take action against me, then so be it.
at
I
that
bear
moment,
none of you ill will, and I hope that you understand that, Jenna. I I hold nothing against you. I
uh,
still think that you could leave, and that you should, but thank you for the warning.
you see her actually mull over that for like a split second, and then she just shakes her head because at that moment, you hear the captain yell over, making port, making port. We'll be landing soon. Please get your stuff and get ready to get off the ship. And as you look away to look at the captain, uh, Jenna's gone. Jenna's gone. She's left.
Thule will look up at him and say, "Well, that's too bad. I hope she comes up with a good story to tell him." And then I hop back over to the edge and watch us land.
If he comes up with a story at all, I'd really meant it. She can tell him directly for all I care. I'm not afraid of him, though he is a snake.
Uh, and Julie, what you see is a beautiful city. Uh, uh, wall surrounding the city, and toward the back of the city, near the center, you see a beautiful white castle, made of almost like a pure white marbly substance. And you know this place. You've heard of it from people and other bards. This is the city of Whitestone, and that is Castle Whitestone. You have arrived at your destination. As
Finally,
you
can we get off of this thing?
A sense of comfort comes over you, Jeffrem. This is you hate the ship. You hate being this high up in the sky, and to see that you've made it to your destination brings you a bit of just a cool sigh of relief. As you land, you make your way off of the airship, docking in the skyport, and you make your way down the gangplank. And there to meet you is a gentleman in armor. Um, he says, "Are you the ones who are from Vasselheim, Thule and Geo, Fram Farm Geo? I don't understand.
Jeffrem. My name
Yeah,
is Jeffrem, and yes, this is us.
this is you have a very peculiar name, my friend. Um, I'm Jedit. I was sent to collect you by Lady and Lord Whitestone. Sorry, Lady and Lord.
I did not know that our arrival was going to be noticed by such high and noble people. We would be happy to come, however. Won't we, Thule?
Huh? Yes. What?
You've been summoned by Lord and Lady Durolo.
Oh, fancy. Okay.
Uh, I You don't have to get all dolled up or um fix your um accoutrement. Uh, they don't really care. She knew uh Lady Dorolo knew what she was getting into when she summoned for people from Vesselheim. Please make your haste down to the castle. It should be the main dining hall that you'll be in.
I kind of lean down towards Thule. It's just as well that I don't own any nicer clothes, isn't it?
She chuckles and tosses her loot back over her shoulder. And and again hops down. She doesn't take the ramp or anything. She just leaps.
I don't know how you don't break your neck. I slowly make my way down the ramp, carefully getting until I'm on the ground.
So, Levi, you and Bakud, your characters have been summoned to the main dining hall as well, and you're waiting there with Lord and Lady Derolo, sitting patiently. You all have a nice cup of tea in front of you, and Lady Victoria says, This is very interesting. We got this tea imported from a forest over in Wildmount. It's funny. They said it was dead people tea. Uh, which I thought was morbid at first, but once I tasted it, it's very, very vibrant and delicious.
Did you say dead people tea?
Yes, darling, dead people tea.
What's that supposed to mean about the tea itself?
I believe it's made from tea leaves in a garden in a graveyard.
Oh. Interesting.
I thought you'd appreciate it being your something similar to yourself.
You eat people?
No. No, I don't eat people.
Oh. Well, I mean, technically, the circle of life, we all eat people somehow.
In that moment,
Is
before you can utter your next sentence, the door opens slightly, and you see a human clad in armor walk in, ushered by a guard, and shortly behind them you see a satyr. I'm not sure if you've ever seen a satyr before, but a small woman with furry legs and horns just kind of skips into the room. Perfect. There, you're here, darlings. Thank you so much for attending.
My Lord and Lady Derolo, I bow to each of them. I'm honored that you would invite us into your home like this. I am Jeffrem.
We've heard much about you from Kima. Please, the pleasantries are unnecessary. Thank you. Thank you, though. We appreciate it. And you must be Thule.
Okay, Thule stops staring around the room with like awe at the architecture and says, "Yes, my lady, that is me. I am Thule Happy-Go-Lucky of the Skola Vale."
You see her stop for a moment and process your name and just kind of chuckles. Happy-go-lucky indeed. Thank you, darling. Please talk amongst yourselves for a moment while we gather our notes and things we need to speak with you about.
Hey, I'd come wandering over then to the other guests. Are they everyone's sitting at a table, or that we would come or are we standing around, or
You're all at a table. It's a large
okay.
table meant to fit like an entire family of people, but this was a this was a decision made by Lady DeRollo to try to like make you feel comfortable.
Okay. Hello, Master Tortle. And your name is?
I am Dal. Who might
Dal.
you be?
My name is Jeffrum. I am a
Ephraim.
humble servant of the Platinum Dragon.
Ah, dragons, yes.
And you, Sir Dwarf?
Brongar of the Shattered Earth. It's a pleasure.
I shake my head a little bit at the name. Brongar?
Aye.
You are, in fact, the Brongar Ironheart?
Oh. Yes, Ironheart. That's me.
I actually came to find you.
Oh. Please tell why.
Well,
And he'll grip his hammer and kind of look at him inquisitively. But away from you so you don't see it.
I am not certain that this is the appropriate place, but my entire life I've had this sword hilt. It is magical in nature, and I don't understand it. I was told by some of the smiths in Vasselheim and Lady Kima the recommendation that you might be able to shed some light on what this item is.
Oh, he'll ungrip his hammer and kind of run over, like hobble over as quickly as he can because he's kind of excited. Oh, interesting. My name's Golden. We're far out there, but yeah, let me see. Maybe I can give you some information on it.
I reach into my pack and pull out what is just a normal size sword hilt. It looks old, covered in runes, but there's nothing left except for the hilt. No sign of a blade or anything else to it. And I hold it out and say, I know enough to know that it is magical. I've tested it myself, and I can detect that there is magic to it. But I don't understand it. I don't know what these runes mean. I don't know anything about this kind of thing. I don't even know where I got it. I have always had it, to the furthest memories of my life. But I would like to understand it and know what it means. If you have any ability to help me discover that.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. He'll hold it.
Roll me a history check, please.
All right, that is history. I got a +1. That is a 19.
As you're going over the hill, the runes on it are dwarven, but they're super old dwarven, like before you old dwarven.
Oh. Interesting.
And you like something about this hilt is very familiar to you, but you can't quite put your tongue on it.
Well, sir, you came to the right man. Maybe we have enough time. I can fix a blade to this. Magic? I don't know two craps about any magic. I just know about fine quality metal, and this is some fine quality metal. Oh.
Well, I would be happy to take whatever you can do to it, and maybe I don't know. I don't, but it is precious to me, and I am glad to know that it is old and well made.
It's dwarven runes, and it's older than I know. Some it might be ancient.
Well,
where did you say you got this?
I don't know. I have always had it. I was From the time I was a small child, I do not remember my family, and yet I had this shield with me, and I somehow have always known it was precious, and I have kept it with me always, no matter what.
Can I
He's
do
a
an
little bit
insight roll on
obsessed.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh, that's a natty 20.
Ooh.
Jeffro, please roll me a wisdom check, okay?
There'd be a total of 25.
Okay, I got a 4 on my wisdom.
He's being completely honest.
Okay, so you see Brongar, he'll look at the blade, he'll like look at the hilt, sorry, and then look up at you as you're saying that, and then look at the hilt and then look at you. Well, seems your words are true. I would my ancestors might shun me for making a blade out of a hilt for this hilt. Because I don't know where this has come from, but a lot of my people would believe it belongs in their hands. But maybe I can have something figured out here where we can get this all fixed for you.
That would be wonderful. After, of course, what the Lord and Lady need from us, but
And then, in that exact moment, you hear Lady Vixalia pipe up. Sorry, darlings. We're finally ready. We were waiting for some other notes. Percival left them in his lab, his workshop. Okay, so here is as we stated to you before, Brongar, your associate Andros has gone missing. We aren't quite sure where he has gone to, or what has happened to him. And given his nature and his talents, we inquire the aid of two members of Vasselheim's finest. As you've introduced yourselves already, and we are sending you to the city closer to where he was last seen to possibly find out what's been going on. Um, you'll be leaving in the next couple of hours. I know it's kind of late, but this is strange, and we wish to figure out what is going on as soon as possible. Uh,
of course.
and Jared walks over to you, Brongar, and hands you notes, notes for the pepper box, and then notes on what they know about uh, Andros's last whereabouts and what was going on, uh, and Lady Vixalia pipes up again. We have also enlisted a secondary, a fifth member to this traveling band of people, uh, to be a sort of liaison and to uh, to this endeavor. Uh, and a moment, and Lady Vixalia gestures to the doorway, and you see a dark skinned man saunter in uh, with a bald head and a very luxurious beard, wearing fine clothes and uh, uh, a and a couple of rings. Uh, this is um, this is our associate Charles, and he will be assisting you on your journey. He's more there for information more than anything. He pops in and out. He has other matters to attend to. And before Lady Vixalia finishes, the gentleman pipes up. Um, Hello, how are you all doing today? I'm Charles. I will be assisting you. I'm a close personal friend of Andros's. and I'm a bit concerned about his whereabouts just as much as Lady Vixalia is, possibly more. And I would just love some assistance if you all wouldn't mind terribly. Um, I hear we'll be taking a skyship. Not my preferred means of travel, but when in Rome,
Amen.
Wait,
when in,
wait, wait. We're taking a skyship.
yes.
It is abhorrent.
I don't want to go anymore.
Lady Vixalia pipes up. Well, too late. You already agreed to it, darling. Please, kid. You have a couple hours to explore the grounds. Please do not go anywhere that is off limits. Do not go. Please stay. Try to stay within the bounds of the castle. You may go out to the city, explore. And that sword hilt you were talking about, you may also go into your uh, uh go into the forge that we have here and look over it if you choose to do so. For the time being, while we make preparations and load up supplies onto the skyship.
Okay, I was gonna ask if I had a extra blade I could fix to the hilt.
You wouldn't have an extra blade, but you can see what Percival has in his workshop.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, I might take you up on that offer. To the workshop it is.
To the workshop it is. Great.
Certainly, let's do
Great.
it.
I'll start to run down a hallway and then turn back around and be like, Lord Percival, where is it?
Rongar, you seem to forget yourself every time you come here. Down the hall to the left. Please remember, be careful about touching some of the equipment. If you touch it barehanded, it could be a bit of a painful, burning experience.
Of course. And then he'll wobble as fast as he can to. You see, he's very giddy and excited. He generally isn't very giddy or excited ever.
And if you all choose to, you can follow Brongar to the forge.
I'm not going to follow. As everyone starts sort of leaving the room, I sort of turn to Lady Vixalia. Milady, is Trinket around?
Of course, darling. He's where's that bear? I believe he's playing with the children. Jared, please, would you go fetch Trinket?
I can go to him if that's okay.
No,
I like.
It's fine. The children need to get ready for bed anyway. A matter of fact, if you'll excuse me, I'll go myself. And she says, "Wait right here one moment, darling." And she pulls a broom, seemingly out of nowhere. She gets on the broom and she flies out the door. And Percy holds up his finger like he's about to say, "Don't fly in the castle again," but he's just like, "There's no point." You hear him mutter to himself, "There's no point."
Wonders never cease in this place, do they?
Yeah, and as
Jeff,
you
I
guys
want
are
one.
walking down, as you guys are walking out, you see Lady Vixalia fly over you.
Jeff,
Maybe you should ask her where she got it.
do you think she'd let me have it?
She definitely won't. Don't ask her about the broom. She's pretty touchy about the broom.
Do you know where she got it?
I'm gonna show her my pinky and my the finger next to my pinky and act as though two of them are missing. It's like, this is what happens when you ask her about the broom. And I can do a sleight of hand roll or a performance.
I'll give you sleight of hand. And Thule, please roll it. Perception.
Can I use a counter performance?
Hold
That
on.
is
Actually,
a 6, but with a 6, a nat. No, it's even worse. It's a nat 1.
And like, so you see Vongar like put down the two fingers, and like he's messed up the trick because you understand how this trick goes. He's supposed to face the back of his head towards you, and it's kind of turned to the side, and you clearly see the fingers bent over.
Okay. He's gonna say, "Oh dear, I wouldn't want to have to leave my fingers bent down all the time. That must be rough."
It's part of the trade.
Oh gosh. The company that's going toward the forge, you get there. This and unlike, I mean, I don't know how well you keep your forge, Bongar, or your workshop, but this is immaculate. Everything has a place, and everything is in its place.
No, mine is an organized mess.
Yeah. So no, his is completely organized.
Okay.
Like he has labels in Sylvan on different things. I'm sorry, not Sylvan, Celestial on different things, and he's just there. He explained what these things are. You can't. I don't believe you can read Celestial, and you're just like, I know what these are, and I know what to touch, and I know what to not to touch.
Well, I can never find anything in here, but let's take a look and see what we could do. I'll see if there's any stock or information I can get for the hilt, or if there's an extra blade I can begin to attach. Because the blade, if there's a made blade, it wouldn't take too long to attach the blade to a hilt.
Roll me a blacksmithing check.
Okay. Will this be Dex or?
Which one is higher for you?
Definitely the Dex. I took sleight of hand, so it's a +5.
We'll do Dex then.
That is a 17.
So you start working on this blade. You're getting it prepped, getting ready to attach the blade to the hilt. And as you do so, as you set it in, and you're trying to make sure it's set in the proper way, it just doesn't connect. Everything you are doing is correct, but it does not connect. You understand blacksmithing. You understand using a forge, making weapons, attaching a hilt to a blade. But when you try to attach it, it just doesn't work.
I'm going to say flame on in Dwarven while I'm holding the hilt.
Zinger.
Didn't work.
That doesn't work.
I'm going to see if I can try to read the hilt.
Roll, give me another history check.
That's a 13.
Before you were like, you figured what you figured out before is the same thing you figure out now. You're just something, but something's there. Something's there from what you saw earlier and what you're looking at now. There's something really familiar about this hill, and you just cannot put your finger on it. It's
Maybe I could bother Percy. Let's go see. I'm gonna run back.
Before you get to run out the door. Percival's curiosity gets the best of him, and he walks. And as you walk out of the workshop, he walks into the workshop, and you kind of bump into each other.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lord Percival. This is very, very ancient to me, and it's in Dwarven writing that I can't read, and it's really weird. Can you take a look? It seems very familiar. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I'm stumped. And I can't attach a blade to it. It just doesn't fit. It's not working. It's not connecting. I tried to say flame on in Dwarven. It didn't work.
Percival looks at you, and first you You know, you don't have to call me that. You could just call me Percy. We're friends. We've worked together quite a while now. Just, may I please see the hilt?
Oh, yep. There you go, Percy.
He takes a hilt from you. He looks at it. You see him adjust his glasses a bit. Huh. Very interesting. You're not going to be able to attach a blade to this hilt. It seems. I'm surprised you didn't notice this. This this metal that the hilt is made from is dwarven, and this is, judging by from what I see on the runes of it, is very old dwarven.
Mithril.
Say that one more time. I didn't hear what you said.
Mithril.
You now that you think about it, this is definitely mithril. This is like some old mithril. This is like
What's that? What are you saying about the hill? I heard a word, but I don't know what it means.
It is. We need to find the right metal. We don't. Wait, do we have it here? As he looks up at Percy.
Percy looks down at you and just silently shakes his head. No.
Ah, blast it. Well, we need to get some mithril. We could get raw mithril if I had my shop. Haven't worked with it a little bit, but not for little things here and there.
You have mithril scraps in your shop. You have a decent amount, but
I don't have the time.
You don't. Well, one, you don't have the time. Two, you don't have enough mithril scraps, and three, it seems like mithril. Wow, Percy pipes up. My dear friend, do you have, by chance, really old mithril? Magically enchanted mithril, for that matter.
Me? Do I?
No.
No. Nope. I don't.
You know yourself. You don't futz with magic because that's not your jam. You just like making weapons.
Yep.
The enchanting part you leave up to somebody completely different. That's somebody else's problem.
Oh, well, I'll tell you later. We'll talk later.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't touch that magic stuff, so I just make weapons. Not magically intuned weapons, but just weapons. So, this is gonna bother me.
It will bother you. It's gonna bother you this entire time, and throughout the journey to on the airship. You can continue to make history checks. I'll give you 5.
Okay.
If you can, I'll let you know when you hit the threshold. And we're gonna cut back to the dining hall. A moment passes for you, Dal, and you're waiting there patiently. You're kind of doing that weird thing that you do where you sit on the ground and you kind of like balance yourself on your shell like a seat, and you're just chilling there.
I have a question. Has Thule ever seen a turtle before?
Like maybe like once.
Okay.
You don't see many turtles in Vasselheim, and they mostly stay to like the Menagerie Coast.
Okay.
And like Wildmount. They don't travel close to Tal'Dorei that much because.
Okay. Thule is just going to be staring at this awesome shell. Just the whole turtle. She's just enwrapped by the coolness of seeing a life-size turtle man. And it might make him a little bit uncomfortable because she's really staring with amazement and wonder.
Now that same satyr that you met, Thule, is staring at you intently. It's making you slightly uncomfortable because you don't really interact with people that much. You mostly interact with animals and Lady Vexalia, and that's about it. Take that how you will.
Can I help you, little one?
No, I'm happy.
I feel like you've never seen turtles before.
I have only once. And his shell wasn't nearly as pretty as your shell is. May I touch it?
Sure. You can touch the shell.
Okay. She's gonna like
Only,
stand up tall.
only the blue one. The green one is special.
Okay. She's gonna stand up tall, like extend her little goat knees, and then she suddenly feels like she's about 6 inches taller than she was before. Because she always walks around with her legs slightly bent. And she reaches up and she touches it and she rubs it and she looks at the lines on the shell and she kind of mutters to herself like, this is such a pretty color. I wonder how did you get to be this beautiful color?
The texture of the shell is both rough and smooth at the exact same time.
That is so cool. She's very excited.
I was born like this. The only one of my brood to be the blue. It is both special and not. Some do not like me because I am different. Others place greater expectations on me for no reason, it seems.
Well, you are beautiful, and I think you should always be proud of your beautiful blue shell.
Why, thank you, my dear. I am very comfortable with who I am now. It has taken a long time to get here, though.
As this conversation's going on, Lady Vixalia flies back into the room. And as she flies back into the room, you see a small child, like in her lap on the broom, and Lady Victoria lands down beside you, and the small child gets off. It's kind of quiet and sheepish, and she's also she's a tiefling as well, but she hides behind her mom's legs. But her eyes are transfixed on the horned woman standing beside the turtle. Uh, sorry, darling. She did not want to leave Trinket, and she was very curious about what was going on here. Um, and she holds her necklace up, and Trinket pops out of the necklace. Like,
Oh.
Oh, that scares me every time.
no, this
You're
is
not
happening.
there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought she was with us. My bad.
No.
I didn't say that. I'm gonna go get some ice.
Hello, Trinket. Also, FYI, I can speak with animals. That's just part of my class. It's part of what I do. I can just talk to them all the time. So that's why I wanted to talk with Trinket. Just an FYI, Gil. Hello. How has it been, my friend?
It's been good. The children are fun. They ride on me like Lady Vixalia used to.
Brings back memories of the old days, huh?
Yeah, it was really fun. I did get hurt a lot, but I'm okay.
Oh, my friend.
He, Trinket saunters up to you and just licks your face.
It's good to see you too, my friend. As just sort of like scruff his hair and, scratch behind his ears. Which, to Thule, you might notice There is a full-grown grizzly bear and a turtle next to each other, and they're around the same size.
They're talking. They're what you assume is talking, but all you hear is growls and grunts.
Yep.
All right. She's gonna walk over to the little tiefling and say hello.
She sees you coming over. She peeks behind her mother's legs again.
Okay. I'll say
Hello.
hello. I have a friend who's a tiefling just like you.
That's really cool.
How old are you?
And she holds up. She holds up 7 fingers.
Oh, cute. Okay. So I'm confused. So she's behind her mother? Where's her
Yes.
mother just came in with them?
Yeah, her mother's standing beside Trinket, watching the interaction between the bear and the turtle, and she's just chuckling to herself. She feels her daughter there, just uh, sheepishly standing behind her, and just she knows everything that's going on in the room,
Okay.
and she's just letting it happen.
And her mother is Lady Vexalia?
Vexal,
Vexalia?
yes.
Okay. All right, I didn't know that. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm just going to keep talking to her in a friendly way and see if I can just make friends.
What's your name?
My name is Thule. I am a satyr. Have you seen a satyr before?
No, I haven't seen a satyr before.
We're kind of like tiefling. We have horns too.
Yeah, I saw that's really cool. Do you like my horns? And she like gestures to her horns.
Okay, I'm gonna like hop around behind her and say, "Oh, they're very nice. They're so pretty. I love this curl right here." And then I'll plop my head like straight down in front of me in kind of a weird way and say, "Do you like my horns?"
And she kind of like she shies away a little bit. Yeah, I like your horns a lot. They're cool. They're really nice. They're pretty.
Yeah, Thule's just gonna keep talking to her while the bear and the turtle talk and whatnot.
My name's Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn, that's such a pretty name.
Thank you. My mommy gave me the name.
That's a good name. My name is Thule.
It's really nice to meet you, Miss Thule.
You too, Gwendolyn.
I
I'm gonna pull just a really cool rock out of my pocket. That's just a regular rock, but it has like really cool lines and stratigraphy on it that Thule just picked up because she thought it was pretty. She's like, "Here, would you like this pretty rock?"
Lady Vixalia like side eyes the rock for a second, and she's like, and she looks down at Gwendolyn, and Gwendolyn looks up at her mom, and there's a slight nod, and Gwendolyn's like, and like almost like you offered her candy. She takes the rock and she's like, "It's so pretty.
Awesome. Okay.
Can I keep it?"
You can keep it.
And like, she like uh holds a rock in her hand. She runs up, just gives you a big hug.
Good. I'll hug her back.
Thank you, Miss Thule.
You're welcome. It's a good rock. Rocks have really pretty patterns sometimes.
She is your character wearing pants?
Uh, does a satyr what?
It's up to you.
Sure. I think maybe something more like chaps, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just curious because a small child,
Yeah.
person not wearing pants, confused.
Well, yeah. I think
Uh,
most of me is hidden with leather armor type things, you know.
Lady Vixalia looks down at Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn, darling, it's time for bed. You need to get ready for bed. And Gwendolyn looks up at her mom. Okay, mommy. Uh, will you come tuck me in? She's like, of course, darling. Let me finish my little bit of business, and I'll be right in to tuck you in, okay? And she leans down and gives her a soft kiss on the cheek. I'm sorry, forehead. And uh, Gwendolyn looks back at you. Thank you, Miss Tooley. Good night. It was nice meeting you.
Good night, Gwendolyn.
And she gives a little curtsy, and then she skips off, and she's kind of looking at the rock, and she doesn't pay attention to where she's going at first, and you think she's about to run into the door, and she just really quickly, almost like she's done this before, she sidesteps the door and goes out.
Nice.
Lady Vixalia gives a little chuckle, like she's been watching me. Um, uh, I believe the others should be finishing up soon. Um, and you'll be taking the airship to your new destination. Uh, and Lady Vixalia says that to you, looks both at you, and Trinket looks at you, Dal, and says, "Ah, Dal, I have to go. I'm tired, and I would like to go to sleep."
Okay, my friend. Say hello to Charlie for me.
I will. Goodbye, Dal.
Goodbye. I'll be back later.
And uh, Trinket just lumbers around, turns, and starts walking out the door. It's not. It's slow, and he's just kind of taking his time, enjoying his walk. And he before he leaves, he gives Lady Vixalia. He jumps up on his hind legs and like puts his paws on her shoulder and gives her lots of licks. And Lady Vixalia, Trinket, thank you, darling. I love the kisses. Please, me and Festival will be there momentarily. Good night. And and Trinket hops down and he lumbers off with a content growl. And at that moment, uh, Brongar and uh, Jephram walk past. First, you see a small tiefling skipping past, holding a rock, looking at it like she's not paying attention where she's going. And then, as you're like you see that, take a stock in it, and then immediately after that, uh,
I will say hi to Gwen though. Like, hi, Gwen.
hi, Mr. Brongar, and she skips off. Hi, and she sees the human man. She sees Jephram. Hi, new person, and then she runs off.
I just don't even know what to say. I watch her go by and just kind of like, okay.
You might suspect that maybe you recognize the rock. I probably tried to tell you all about it on the skyship and how beautiful it was and where I found it.
Yeah, 2 and 2 have snapped into place very quickly here.
Immediately after that exchange, Brongar, you see this first. You see Trinket, and he's just lumbering slowly behind the little girl.
Does Trinket have the armor on?
Trinket does not have the armor on.
So it just looks like a giant bear wandering through the middle of the keep at this point.
That's what you see, Jephram. You see a giant bear wandering through the keep.
I will widen my arms, but Trinket.
There's a bear.
It's true, and almost like it looks like he's about to get mauled, but the bear gets on its hind legs and just plops on top of the dwarf.
Why is there a bear?
It's the lady's son.
It's her son?
It's a long story.
It's okay, Jeff. They've been talking to the turtle man.
Hello, bear. And I like reach out and like try and pet his head.
The bear sniffs your hand first. Stays there for a second, looks up at you. Roll me a strength check, please.
Okay. Strength. Let's see. 9 total. Not roll well.
You get compressed by a bear, and you're on the ground, and the bear's licking your face.
Thule starts laughing so much.
You asked for it.
Please, bear.
Okay, Trinket, go see Gwen. Go with Gwen.
And the bear gets up and just lumbers away.
Thule's gonna kind of walk over and look down at him and say, "See, other people think you need to lighten up too."
What did I do? Oh, Thule, I have to tell you, my hilt. It's made of old magic dwarf metal. Old magic dwarf metal.
That's exciting. You're not a dwarf.
I've noticed.
Not lady. Lord DeRollo walks up. He walks up behind you, heading toward the dining hall and into the room. He says, "It's none of that new magic. It's the old magic. We don't recognize new magic here." He chuckles to himself and he keeps walking.
Old magic, see, like he said.
That's fantastic. Did he know where it came from?
No, I don't think so, but it's a start. It's more than I knew before.
It is.
I'm going to be studying it on my travels, so maybe I can figure out some more things. My mind is a bit clouded. Too many people.
I know that feeling.
For the sake of brevity, we're gonna say this. You all talk for a little bit longer, and then you all are ushered onto the skyship, and your journey begins. Would you all like to take a brief intermission to go get food, water, what else may have you?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I need to pee.
Perfect.
Yep, sounds great.
How long?
We'll say about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to make myself some food because I got off work and I have not eaten dinner per se yet. So,
Sounds great.
we'll be back momentarily, ladies and gentlemen.
BRB.
Miss Peachy, entertain the people. All right.
Okay. I will be right back as well. Put the BRB screen up, you said? Okay.
Brr.
Hi, everybody. We're back. Thank you for still being here. Hi, Miss Peachy. Yeah, so we're just gonna go right back into it.
So you all board the skyship, and the journey begins. You're all leaving pretty late into the evening. It's gonna take about 4 days to get to your destination. Once you get and you have these 4 days to talk amongst yourselves, talk to the crew, and just do your own things. You could also speak with the companion that has been assigned to you, Charles, if you choose. But let's get back into it.
Yeah. Brongar is definitely going to be away from the edge as well. So
I want to know who this person is. Like, so you are from Whitestone, I take it. Does anyone here know this man that's missing and why and how, or any details about this at all?
Yes. Oh, it's Andros. Andros Guile. He's a bard. He's well known throughout the land. He he performed the ceremony of me and my wife when we got married. So he's a good friend. So
Is he a dwarf?
no, he is a a fey elf, purple, green hair,
Ooh.
white streak. Hmm.
Bit of a ham, if I say so myself, but I love him all the same.
Okay.
How do you know, Andros?
Uh,
Mr. Charles?
Charles, yes. We used to adventure together. Back in our younger years. We we did a few interesting things and met a few interesting people. And, he's a close friend.
So what are the circumstances around his vanishing? Where are we going anyway?
Uh, give me one moment while I consult my notes.
Oh yeah, you gave me stuff, but I don't know what.
Thule's gonna hop up on the edge of the skyship and sit
Oh,
there
you're crazy.
and pluck away on her lute.
If you could talk amongst yourselves while I confer.
Yeah.
Ooh,
How do you
I'm-
feel about that, Jeff?
It makes me very uncomfortable to see you there, Thule. Are you sure that some gust of wind isn't going to take you right over the edge?
Of course it won't. I don't fall off things.
You don't have some slow fall spell or something, do you?
Nope, don't think so. But it won't matter because I'm not gonna fall off. You should really come see. If you come to the edge of the ship, I will get down. And she chuckles.
Get down for how long?
It's not worth your
20
life.
minutes.
She can fall. It's okay.
You know, I don't know what it is about her, but Gigi over there is, she's pretty good at not falling. Do you know that she managed to get to the top of the Temple of the Raven Queen just by jumping?
Wait, that's how tall is that?
Well, it's very tall, and it wasn't one jump, but she managed to go around the outsides of the building and find a little perch here and a little perch there and jumped up and up and up until they noticed her. And then that was quite a kerbuffle there.
Yeah.
There was
I'm not allowed back in that district anymore. I have to go in disguise. But the view from the top was amazing. So pretty. Definitely worth it.
I don't get it. I bet she does it, and so I've learned to trust her. But as for me and this heavy armor, I will be happy to stay far away from the edge.
I feel like if I walk close to the edge, I might just roll in between the railings and fall off.
I go over and walk up to Thule, who's sitting on the edge, and I just, what is your favorite color, little one?
Ooh. I think green is my favorite color. No, wait.
No, blue.
I think red is my favorite color. Green or red. Or blue. Blue is also a beautiful color. I like all the colors.
You ask
After
her
you-
tomorrow, she'll give you another answer.
So after you say that, you say green and then red and then blue, and you see the druid's hands sort of making some signs. And then in front of you blooms first this green vine, and then from that vine pops a little blue flower, and then a little red flower, and then a little blue flower, and then a little red flower, and it sort of like twines up and then just sort of floats there in front of you.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Is this for me?
It is for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna kind of swing my lute back over my back and take the flower and look at it for a while and then start braiding it like into my hair.
I believe he was the city we are traveling to is Iman. I've heard of it in passing. I've never been there myself.
I've never left Vasselheim before last week.
Going closer to my original home.
Oh, are you from Amon then?
No, not Amon. Not Amon.
I hope this isn't too much of an assumption, but by chance, are you from Kraghammer?
Yes, I'm from Kraghammer.
One of the many denizens of Kraghammer. Met them. Very, very interesting folk. Very kind. Except for that one family. Yeah.
Oh, what family's that?
I don't remember the names. They seem like they're the predominant magical dwarven family in the city. Do not remember the name.
I haven't been home in a very, very long time, so could have changed.
We don't trust magic much in Vasselheim except for that given by the divine, which we know we can trust to be good.
Thule's snorting and laughing at that.
Whether something's good or not is a matter of perspective. I did not catch all of your names. You may call me Charles. The satyr on the railing. What is your name?
My name is Thule. Happy-go-lucky.
Happy-go-lucky.
Yep. They gave it to me when I was about 4 years old, and it just stuck.
Happy-go-lucky. It's very optimistic. I like it.
Thank you. I'm a very lucky person.
Dwarven man from Kraghammer. What is your name, if you don't mind me asking?
My name is Brongar. Brongar of the Shattered Hearth.
Brongar of the Shattered Hearth. That's a very interesting title. Sounds sort of regal in a way, but also dangerous.
Not known by my name anymore. It's just the Shattered. My family name.
One day I shall ask you if you're willing to tell. Mr. Twartle, you are very strange to see in these parts. What is your name?
My name is Dal Colin.
Dal Colin.
Colin. Yes.
Dal Colin. Sounds elegant. Also interesting.
Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, the member of the Church of the Platinum Dragon.
My name is Jeffram.
Jeffram? How do you spell that?
Geofram, I am told. I honestly have only learned to read and write recently.
Oh.
I'm proud of you.
Yes, the Scale Bearers believed it was a part of making me into a well-rounded individual or something like that. I don't know.
Have you heard of Lady Kima?
I have had the privilege of having her kick my ass a number of times, yes.
Isn't that the one you studied under?
Yes.
Okay.
Kima has been very kind to me over the years and beaten me soundly when I've tried to fight her a few times.
If I remember correctly, if you don't mind, would you show me your left the left side of your torso. She tends to favor that spot, and I want to see if our scars match up.
Oh yes, right here. Pull down the try and rearrange my mail a little bit and or our chain and pull down. It's like that was when I made her acquaintance. I woke up the next morning.
Charles unties his robe a bit and lifts up his leather armor, and you see the same scar, almost in the exact same spot. That was the first time I said hello.
Yeah, you could say that's how she said hello to me as well. But
Wasn't
it's
too
been
keen.
good to get to know her.
She wasn't too keen on a bard trying to swindle her out of her money during a game.
Oh yes, I can definitely see that. That I've been soundly taught about the morality of cheating at cards.
Oh my god.
It's a card game. I do not understand why she took it so seriously. I believe it's just something holy people do. I'm not a man of the cloth myself. I go where the wind takes me, and I listen to what song pulls me the most.
People take their money too seriously in Vasselheim.
With the
People
right
take everything
People
seriously in Vasselheim.
people take money seriously everywhere.
depending on the tone, the intonation of your voice, you can get anything if you try hard enough.
I'd just like to point out,
But-
this is out of character, but my dice cam has become a cat cam.
At the comment about talking, basically, I look at Thule as you mentioned, the tone of your voice getting you about anything. I just look up at her. Isn't that right, Thule?
Mm-hmm. She was only partly listening, and she keeps strumming around on the lute. That she's clearly not very good at yet.
What?
Oh, Gil, did you see my message?
I did.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you could do that. Roll me a sleight of hand. Since you got that beautiful natural 20
Ooh,
on the base, I'll give you your proficiency bonus since you've worked with wood before.
I have sleight of hands. I'm trained in it, so I have woodworker tools. I'm proficient in them.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I got a 24.
It doesn't take you any time at all, really.
Yeah.
It while the conversation's going on, you're just whittling away, and as the final comment that Charles says, you finish the flute.
Miss Thule,
Yes.
give this a test, and I'm gonna hand you a wooden carved flute.
Oh. She's really excited, and she puts it to her lips, and she starts to blow and see if it works.
Well, not like a flute, but like a like a recorder.
Okay.
So it's not like you blow from the side. You
Yeah.
have it in front of you.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Clarinet
Then
type.
she'll put it in her mouth and
Yes.
start to play.
Roll a
I
performance
was just
check.
gonna say, can I
Yeah,
do
I
a
was about to
performance?
say.
Okay.
Literally about to say that.
All right.
Roll
I
roll it with a d6.
okay. I was gonna say, think that with where is that?
It's on your if you look to the left where all your skills are, it's right there.
Oh, right, but I have a
Yeah.
a racial thing. Oh, persuasion and deception, not performance. Okay. Roll with a d6.
Yeah,
Add a D6.
Oh, add a d6.
Roll it.
Okay.
Yeah, roll a d20 and add a d6 as well.
So +7, +6. Decent.
Dang.
17?
17 total.
Yes.
You're playing pretty well actually for something I don't know if you have experience with recorders or whatnot, but you're playing really well.
Oh, good.
When she starts to play, I want to use my druid craft to make it look like a bunch of different colored leaves are coming out of the bottom of the recorder.
Charles is gonna pull out his own lute and start strumming along with you.
Ooh, sounds good.
The cat's trying
Yeah,
to roll the
I know.
dice.
I'm sorry. I got distracted by that.
No, you're fine. I got you.
Look, Mom, natural 20.
Gertie goes over and just puts it to a 1.
I mean, she rolled it to a 19. That's pretty good.
That should count.
Oh gosh.
Because it's funny, I'll count that as a secondary performance track. So.
Okay, so Thule keeps playing. You can tell she's not great at the instrument, but she's having a great time, and her performance is very fun to watch, especially with the added magic of plants growing out of it.
It's a really nice soft melody that you're both playing, and Charles isn't overpowering you. He's matching you. He's trying to keep it at your same pace. He doesn't want to steal the show. He wants to enhance your performance.
Okay.
He's good. What can I say?
It is quite lovely. And Ron will just close his eyes and just kind of hum and bob his head to the melody.
Charles, that's a very well-crafted flute recorder. I'm surprised. I'd heard of your weapon making skills, but I didn't know you were proficient in making instruments.
Oh, it's a craft I picked up with one of my sons. Well, I'd like to do some of the wood carving myself on some of my items. It comes along with some of the craft.
So, if there's anything any of you would like to do during this, the rest of this day, you can do so.
One thing I would say as well, since we're all going to be working together here, what are we all bringing to this? I mean, I am a little surprised as a renowned blacksmith is being asked to help search for a missing person. And obviously, our turtle friend here seems to be very attuned with nature. I assume you are some kind of a druidic person then? Is that correct?
Yes, I am a druid. I commune with animals, and animals commune with me. I am a shepherd for them.
That is very interesting. Now, I am a servant of the Platinum Dragon. I generally punch things very hard and get punched, and I know a few simple spells that the Platinum Dragon has gifted me with. But I am no great detective.
Well, I hit things with my hammer and I make things go boom.
Thule laughs at
As
that. He thinks it's really funny.
He'll show you that he has like two pistols strapped to his side.
Ooh.
What are those?
If you don't,
Dal, you know,
Yes.
you've seen this. You've seen them before at a distance. That some of the other guards of Whitestone have them. You have no idea what they are. You really don't care what they are because they're mostly made of metal, and you've seen them spark with flame, and you feel like you know wood and fire don't mix. And then Thule, roll me a history,
Okay.
and
Oh,
Jeff from
ouch.
you have no idea. You've never seen anything like this before.
I rolled a
Well-
5 total.
Both of you are completely lost. You don't know what these things are. They look
Nope.
weird and alien to you.
You know what a crossbow is. This is just the crossbow's the next invention past the crossbow.
It is a magical crossbow. Yes.
It's
So
not
magic.
no magic.
It is magic to me.
It's a crossbow with extra steps.
Will you show us how it works?
Uh,
Let
I-
me go warn the captain first. He's gonna walk away. He's gonna go tell the captain there might be some gunshots here in a moment. The captain's gonna look at you. See the exchange between the captain and Charles, and when he's like gestures for gunshots, the captain looks at him funny for a second, and he's like, he's just like, it's fine, and Charles walks back over and like, go ahead,
Huh.
aim not on the ship.
Does anyone have something I can shoot at if you throw it in the air?
I produce a giant walnut from a pouch and I just chuck it without warning.
Oh gosh.
Oh, okay.
Roll an attack.
That is a 19 plus whatever my score is. 1 sec. That's a 24.
It's okay. So if you don't mind, let me paint a word picture for you real quick.
Yeah.
He
Also,
so
I threw it and my strength sucks and I rolled a 3. So I chucked it out of my hand, but it didn't go very far.
I wasn't gonna make you roll for it because you're throwing a walnut. You've thrown a walnut before.
Unless you roll a natural 1. My goodness.
Unless you roll a natural one. So you offhandedly chuck it, and like as Brongar's talking, it's like one smooth, fluid motion, and he pulls the pistol out, points, pops it, puts it back in its holster.
Wow.
6 seconds flat.
What happened to it? What was that explosion? That loud noise?
See, magic.
It's a small amount of minerals that are put together that are. It's conductive to fire, so it makes a spark and burns. But when you put it in a compact spot, it forces. And I'll pull out.
Blaze eyes, just absolutely staring. So what you're telling me is that you pull that little thing on the bottom, and it goes boom, and explodes something out there that you're pointing it at.
No, so like a arrow has the tip of the arrowhead. We're taking away the shaft of the arrow and only shooting the arrowhead. But what's giving it the strength and power is this mineral, what we call black powder. It's a mixture of a few things, and it's flammable. So you put it in an enclosed space, and the only way that this spearhead, this bullet, as we like to call them, can go is out. It's very accurate and very deadly.
What kind of a roll should I make if I'm trying to figure out whether I even understand what he's talking about?
Intelligence check.
There's a -1 intelligence.
Let's do this.
10. I got a 10 intelligence.
Okay, so so you get the most basic concept of what he's talking about, but outside of that, you're completely lost.
Fire, boom. Somehow something comes shooting out of the end of that thing and hurts other people. I got it. I think I'm clear.
It's like
Sounds useful.
Jeff, it's like an automatic sling with fire.
That's a perfect way to put it. Thank you. Very well said, Miss Tooley.
You're
It's
welcome.
nothing like that.
And you're accurate with this thing. So you won't hit me if I'm up there punching somebody.
As long as you're on my good side.
Good enough for me.
Don't touch his. Don't. I believe you. It'd be well pointed out to not touch his firearms, as they're called.
Please do not.
I do not believe in taking things that belong to other people, so I will not be touching his possessions without his invitation.
But he's very useful. I've heard Lord Dorolo speak highly of this man.
Oh, so this has gone a little far afield again. So how are we supposed to be finding this? Andrus, I believe you said his name was.
And
What were the circumstances around his disappearance?
I don't know.
So the plan is we're going to go to Amon, and from there we're going to take a small trip.
Sorry.
A small trip to Lathlorian, and that's where he lives. And if I remember correctly, there seemed to be holding. I heard whispers of a funeral service, which is peculiar because Andros does not die easily.
It can't be Andros. It's not. It's not possible.
He's more likely to talk a werewolf out of killing him than dying.
Are there werewolves where we're going?
No.
Oh.
No.
Not near Mon.
Maybe one.
Maybe one?
Do you think he would talk to me about being a werewolf?
No.
You
don't talk to werewolves.
Really, you don't want to be a werewolf. I don't know what it would do to you. You already half human and half goat. But I can guarantee you don't want to be a werewolf.
I don't want to be one. I just want to talk to one and understand one. And see if they're too sober, like some people I know.
Too sober?
Anyone who stops short of 10 drinks is too sober for Thule when it comes to a tavern at night.
Oh, I mistook you. You can really put it away, can't you?
Only in the name
I
of
need to step away for a moment. I'll be right back. Not long.
We shall have to test that, little one.
But be careful. It has to be the good stuff. She doesn't drink swill.
Charles looks into his bag and rummages a bit and pulls out a bottle of wine that clearly doesn't fit in there, and then hands it to Thule.
Ooh, a bottle of wine?
Yeah. And it's like really good stuff. Like, this is really good wine.
All right. So he hands it to her, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She puts her loot down and pulls out this cute little tiny wine glass from her bag and pours just like a little tiny bit in and swishes it around and spins it like a what do they call this? Sommelier. Like a sommelier. And then she sips a little bit of it and you can see her kind of swish it around in her mouth and thinks
it's got hints of lavender on the tail end.
Ooh.
But it's got a full robust flavor.
Okay. Then she tosses back that little wine glass and starts drinking the wine. And you can tell she's just so enjoying it. She's like, "Oh, this is so wonderful. I haven't had wine this good since I left the Skull of Ale."
So part of our private stock. Call it a gift.
Thank you so much.
Would you share just a taste with me, Thule?
She sighs and she pours a little tiny bit, about the amount that she swished around in her mouth, and gives it to you.
Hold on one moment. He puts his hand in opposingly. Hold on. I have something really special for you. And for the rest of you, honestly, you could try some as well, Miss Thule. But he pulls out a very peculiar looking bottle. It's not like a darker hue. It's like It's completely black, and on the side of the label, there's some weird looking creature on it, but you're not quite sure what it is. You've never seen it before.
Why?
Have you ever been to the desert?
I've been around.
Roll me a history check. No, roll me a nature check. I'll give you that. Nature.
Nature.
I'm gonna go with that because I've probably traveled to the desert. Been to the desert on a horse. No
12.
You feel like you've seen this creature before, but you're not quite sure what it's called.
Okay.
I got 17
You get
on
the
nature
name.
or
You get the name. You get the name of the creature. It comes to your mind like almost instantly. It's called Sandkeg.
a sand keg.
Yeah, Sandkeg.
I'm just looking confused. What? Honestly, I'm a little bit distrustful of him pulling out a different flagon for us to drink out of than Thule. I actually want to roll an insight check to see if I think he's doing something sinister.
Okay.
19.
You, for what you understand, he's being forthright, and completely upfront. But he's also very hard to read.
Yeah.
I don't drink often, but I can't pass this up.
But when I do, I drink this stuff.
Everybody, if everyone please produce a cup.
This is made from the acid biles of a sandkeg.
Something like that. It's more like the venom of it, but yeah. It's not poisonous. You won't die if you ingest it.
Does it smell fruity?
No, it has like a heavy acidic taste. It smells like hard liquor.
Okay. Thule turns her nose up at it and goes back to the wine that you gave her.
I am a little bit paranoid, and I cast Bless upon myself and Brongar and Dahl.
Is that for saving throws, or is it
Yes,
just
it is.
It's
You
all-
bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack or saving throw.
Oh, I've been doing that wrong.
all
So-
those who ingest the sandkeg liquor? Please roll me a Constitution check.
Ooh, that's not bad at all.
It's a Constitution save with a D4.
Okay.
Brongar rolled a
Is there a way to roll just a d4 from
24.
Bottom left, there's the dice symbol. If you
14.
click that.
Okay.
23.
Okay. So Brongar and Dal, you taste it. It tastes both disgusting and delicious at the same time. And your mouth goes just a little bit numb, just a little bit. However, Jeffrey, your mouth goes completely numb. It tastes really good to you.
Julie, the next time you need an anesthetic, this might do the trick.
Oh, you can't really feel your tongue. You're having a bit of time. There it is.
Next time.
Okay.
Numbing. Next time in this the stuff.
I think he's having a stroke.
No,
That's-
he'll be fine.
Cops
This
up.
is good for him. He's just not used to being relaxed.
And Jeffrey, you are relaxed. Like you don't get drunk instantly, but you start to feel it a bit, and it feels nice. You don't like the feeling of your tongue going numb and the not being able to talk properly, but you enjoy the feeling.
I am very distracted by this, and I kind of wander over to the edge near where Thule is sitting.
Charles is gonna he can't do this at all. He doesn't have a lot of strength. He'll gently just, my friend, please. It would be unwise to sit near the edge while drinking this.
Oh, you're probably right. Come on, Thule. It's way more comfortable over here with us.
You're right. We need music. And she hops down and she runs over with you guys and she puts the stopper back in the wine that she does not offer back to anybody. She puts it in her bag and starts to play fun, quick dancing music. And she tells other people to dance. Like, everybody, let's dance. It's so much fun. I want to persuade people to join me.
Roll me a persuasion check, and I'll give you advantage because you're playing music.
All right.
Do we counteract this?
All right. What's 18 plus 8? 26? 26.
A lot of people come up and start dancing with you.
Oh, fantastic. And she hops around at the same time. She's having a great time.
Would you say, whoever spoke up? I didn't hear you.
I was just seeing if you wanted us to roll like an insight to see if we like a check against the persuasion.
Yeah. Jeffrey, you could roll. You could roll a check if you choose to not to dance.
I'm feeling relaxed. I'm gonna dance. I don't feel any desire to fight this.
I won't make the rest of you roll either. You can choose to dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave all your friends behind.
Because if you don't dance, then you don't dance, then you're no friend of mine. Sorry.
I'm dancing very badly.
Julie, do you know Hammer's High or Stoneheart's Call?
Of course.
Oh, Mountain's Fire.
Okay.
What about
Golden Glory.
What about the Drunken Sailor? Do you know the Drunken Sailor?
Every time somebody yells out a new song, she just automatically switches to that song.
I'll only dance if I know the song.
The captain's heard all this ruckus, and he's kind of curious to see what's going on. And he saunters over, and you've all seen this. This is what you see is a bronze scale dragonborn. He saunters up to everyone. What are you all doing? The dancing, drinking? This is
What's it look like we're doing?
You are really a bunch of weird lot that I have on my ship. You're lucky the ship kind of flies itself, or else I'd have a problem with this.
Okay. Thule's gonna go over
Well,
and
if the
say,
ship flies itself, come down.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, that's basically what Thule was gonna say. Thule's gonna hop over to him and say, won't you come join us then? It's so much fun. May I persuade?
Before you even you don't have to. You can roll if you want to.
Okay.
Go ahead, because I already know what he's gonna do.
All right, that's 16 plus 7. That for 23.
Before you can really even finish your statement, you see a puff of mist, and he's standing in the middle of everyone. And he starts doing the shepherd dance. If you ever played Mass Effect,
I haven't.
he just does the little 2-step and he wriggles. He does his arms in a circular motion like he's running in place.
Okay.
And it's really it's a really terrible dance. He cannot dance.
Thule loves it.
Jeff, you're doing about the same.
And she starts playing again.
You see the turtle is like swaying back and forth to the music, and then all of a sudden, instead of a turtle,
Oh
there's
my
a baboon.
gosh.
There's a
Sorry.
baboon who just starts like really jumping up and down, and then it just starts climbing the rigging and just starts, acting crazy, but like dancing to the music and like jumping to the music and like all this other kinds of stuff.
Was that the horror call? Huh?
Are you having a stroke?
Yeah.
It's the effect of the sand kangen. If you're not able to handle it, it makes things interesting.
Well, I need to get a bottle of that. Save it for later.
Charles tries to pluck his lute along with you, Thule.
Yep.
But as soon as he pulls the string snaps and smacks him on the cheek.
Oh.
Oh, ow, that hurt. This is a solo performance, then.
Can I roll to see if I had like extra strings for my lute in my bag?
We'll say you did.
Okay. Then I'll just I'll toss in the bag and say, "Here you go. I don't know how a lute is tuned. G string. No, bad one. The E string is right in that front pocket."
Reaches in, pulls out the G string. Thank you, Miss Thule. We'll call it even. And he strings his lute again, tightens it down, and he tries to start playing again.
Awesome. Okay.
Brongar is going to go downstairs, and he'll have a little bit of fun, but then he'll head downstairs and just go and relax and have some time. Look at his quarters.
We'll say while the revelry is going on upstairs, you go down. You go see your quarters. They're really nice. It's not. This isn't like a lavish ship. It's a transport vessel. Solely, it's not for like the medieval equivalent to cruises. So you would be bunking with either you could either bunk with one of the crewmates or the turtle.
I'll bunk with the turtle. I'll bunk with Doll.
Okay. So it's you. It's two cots in there. It's a nice little sized room. When Doll gets in there, it gets a little bit smaller, but you're accustomed to it. But it's really simple.
I just want to say, when I go to bed finally, I go to the room, right, and there's two cots, and he's sleeping on one, and I just sort of put the cot up against the wall, and then just sort of like lay on my belly, and then just withdraw into my shell, and then go to bed.
If there's anyone that wants to do, let me know. If not, we'll go ahead and go to the next day.
Nope, I'm good.
Nope, we're all good.
Okay. You hear everyone wakes up to the sound of people running around on deck, not like hastened or in emergent fashion. They're just running around, scrambling to make sure their duties are done for the morning. Jeff, you wake up a bit early than everyone else, so you can do your morning rituals.
Mm-hmm.
Please, roll me a perception check, please.
That is going to be a 7.
Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Oh yeah. Perception is not my strong point.
Yeah. The morning is greeted to you, and it looks like you're about seems like you're a day travel away from your current destination. Sorry, a day and a half, because you'll get there in a day and a half. I rolled for the ship, and they did decently.
Nice.
So, real quick, today or this next day, Dal's just going to wander the entirety of the ship, like up down everywhere, and anytime he see anything like a frayed rope or a buckle that's whatever, he's just going to cast mending. He's just going to spend the whole day just mending every small thing he possibly can. Every buckle, every rope, every splinter that's missing, he's just going to you go back and pats it real quick and just sort of mends it back into the floor. So he's just going to go across the whole ship doing that.
Thule's gonna follow him around, and just keep asking him about his homeland and Tortle way of life, and she's kind of mindlessly strumming at her lute while she follows. And she helps whenever she sees something that needs mending, she points it out.
Throughout the day, you guys essentially fix every small damage that you see, and it goes smoothly. The crew members are really very appreciative of it. They come up, shake your hand, and later the night, the first mate comes up to you, and he's a goblin. He walks up to you and says, "Hey, are you fixing all this stuff?"
I was doing my part, as a good traveler should.
Hold on, I'll be back. He runs off.
An interesting fellow.
And an hour goes by, and he finds you again. Hey, you, Turtle Man.
Yes, little one.
He snarls at you. Don't call me little.
My apologies.
I am an adult man.
But compared to me, you are little. It is not a thing of negativity. It is simply a statement of fact.
Don't worry about it. He calls me little one, too.
He looks at you up and down for a second. You're the one who played the music last night.
Yes.
It was really good.
Thank you.
Really good.
She beams.
I'm the one who... Sorry, go ahead.
She just beams. She looks really pleased, and go ahead.
I'm the one who yelled out, "Play Drunken Sailor."
Oh, it was a wonderful, wonderful suggestion.
That's besides the point. The captain wants you to join him for dinner at his quarters.
Oh, just the two of us?
Just the two of us. Sorry.
No, he likes the rest of the people too. Even the weird man who talked funny. The human, yeah, he liked him a lot.
We'll be there.
Oh.
That's fantastic.
Tell the weird changeling guy to stay to come too.
Okay. I will. We will. That'll be fantastic. Thank you so much for the invite.
When you hear him say "weird changeling guy," you have no idea what he's talking about.
Nope.
Oh, you said changeling. Oh.
Yeah. But you go about your day continuously fixing everything on the ship.
I'm gonna ask, since I had no idea what he meant by that, I'm gonna ask Dal if he has any idea. I was like, okay, I told him that we'd bring the weird changeling fellow. Who is that?
I do not know. I have not seen a changeling. I don't believe anyway. Can I make a perception check to see if I've seen a changeling?
Sure.
Okay. One thing I'm good at. 15.
So you've heard of changelings. You know the description that they what they are, but you have no idea if you've seen a changeling on the ship or not.
Okay.
This whole when they are doing all of this fixing today, I took to heart a little bit the fact that Zen might be chasing me, And I wanted to kind of spend today looking around at the people on the ship, trying to see if anybody jumps out at me as being suspicious or somebody I recognize that Zen that might be following us to try and get me from Zen.
Okay, 3 perception checks.
Okay. Perception. It is a 5.
2 more, please.
15.
Okay. 1 more.
And a 2.
As you're looking around, for the first hour, you're nothing, not a single person. The second hour, you think you see somebody that looks familiar to you. But you may have just seen them in passing in Vasselheim. And the last hour, you're walking around, and you swear you heard Lars's voice.
I find Thule.
She's wandering around the ship with Dahl, fixing things.
Thule.
Yes.
Thule.
Just a minute, Dal. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Keep your eyes open. I think that I heard Lars here. I don't know if you remember him as well. But he is another one of Zen's men that I used to work with, and he is not a pleasant person.
Was he
Thule,
the other
you
big
heard-
guy?
No.
Thule, you've heard of Lars. You've heard Jeffrey talk about him.
Okay.
You've heard a description of him, but you never actually ever seen him.
Okay.
For a good reason.
Okay. I'll keep my eye out. What does he look like?
I try to give her a basic description. He's an elf. He's a thief. He comes off as very passively nice to people. He's generally just doesn't interact. He's the kind of person that you forget 5 minutes after you've seen him. That's kind of his specialty. So it's hard to describe him. He's a very average-looking male elf.
How many elves are on this? Is it like 50% are elves or?
This is like a 20-person crew.
Okay.
And there's anywhere from 10 to 5 elves or half elves.
Okay.
Running around the ship. They're really common.
Okay.
He knows how to blend in, but I think I heard his voice. I might be paranoid. I could be wrong. But after Jana, I think it's a good idea to be ready for trouble.
Okay. Does he have any identifying marks? Anything that would let me know who he was?
I don't think that we're going to know him by sight. Just keep your eyes on somebody who's watching us or seems to be looking for an opening. And it would be best if you did not remain alone.
Oh, I'm with the Turtle Man.
I see that. But I want you to keep staying with someone else.
You mean like a babysitter?
I mean like a buddy.
Okay, I like buddies. She hops back to the Turtle Man.
Accountability, buddy.
I would like to study the things Percy gave me.
I will. So I'll go ahead and give you two history rolls right now.
All right. I don't think that one's too good. Let me look at my history. Okay, that's a 9, and then an 18. Sorry, a dirty 20. That 7 looked like a 9, or the other way around.
So you're sitting. So you're sitting in your cabin, looking over this stuff, and you're like really examining it. Yeah, and you're moving the hilt around, and you know how to move the wraps on the hilt so that way they don't get messed up or they don't get tarnished. And you look under the hilt, and you see a dwarven rune that you recognize.
Oh.
It's the only one on this thing that you recognize, and has it is the dwarven rune. It's two of them. Uh, one for iron, and the other one is heart.
Uh, yeah.
I think you broke Levi.
It was meant to. Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the hilt across the room.
playing it hits the roar, clash to the ground. Roll me a perception check, Jeffrey.
Oh,
That is a 20.
You hear the clattering, and you know uh it's coming from Brongar's room.
yeah. But after like a good 6 seconds, I will go pick it up.
Okay. I do head back to his room because I've been I haven't let that hilt out of my hands most of my life, and I'm really nervous about what might be happening. So a few seconds after you pick it up, there's a little knocking at your
it's
door.
okay, Gertie. She's like, oh my gosh, someone's here.
Okay, I'll
Brongar,
put it safe. If you say my name, I'll come in.
I come into the room. I just wanted to warn you that there are potentially some bad people following me and Thule to a degree. And I want everyone to be on watch about it. And how's it coming?
Well, thank you for letting me know, but are you trying to pull a fast one on me? Are you trying to trick me in some way?
I don't follow.
The hilt. The hilt is my family's name.
And I'll show him the markings I found.
Look,
Hold on. Do you read
Brongar,
dwarves?
I do not. I
No, I'm looking at it right now. You're fine. Continue.
I know common. I know a little bit of draconic that I learned from the scale bearers. I have no ability. I don't know anything about you except
Oh, I rolled a
met.
natural 20 insight, so I'm assuming you're telling the truth. What is up with my 20s, dude? I'm on
All right.
fire.
Nice.
All right, so this is a really interesting point of order. While you've had this hilt for a very long time, if you looked over it, and you've gained the knowledge that it's some of the rules on it are dwarven, but it's not just dwarven. And after you learn draconic, you realize it's like really old dwarven and draconic runes, like a combination of the two.
Oh. Oh, okay. So I would brandish him and show him the Iron Heart, but there's other ones I couldn't read, so I'm sure he could see those ones possibly.
They're way older than he is.
Ah, damn.
I've been literate for like 3 years, maybe. I'm struggling with common.
Oh, damn.
He knows Draconic because they taught him the prayers in Draconic.
Exactly. I'm worshiping the Platinum Dragon. It's a holy language. I need to learn it. I was communicating, but writing, reading and writing are for other people. They're for wizards and towers and people like that. But
I just think something's funny here that you're coming looking for me and saying I'm this renowned smith, and that this blade has, or this hilt has my name, my family's name on it.
Well, maybe I had the hilt. I gave it to Lady Kima, and I said, I've always had this. Can you help me decipher it? I don't know what it means. She told me that she took it to people in Vasselheim, and she came back with me to the next day and brought it back to me and told me to come and talk to you. That's all that she told me. Maybe somebody over there decoded it and recognized your name or something. I don't know. Sounds like it came to the exact right person, or maybe this is Bahamut's doing. Maybe he's pushing us together for some reason.
As soon as you say Bahamut, please roll me a perception check.
Just him or both of us?
You both can roll.
8.
17 plus. What's my perception? 23.
So, as he says Bahamut, you guys are down in the bowels of the ship. There should be nothing on the bowels of the ship besides maybe a rat. And the door to your room is open because Jeffrem walked in, and you see, clear as day, a golden, I believe, sparrow flies past.
Can I roll a religion check on that?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'll roll a religion with a -1.
Wait.
Nah,
The question is, did he point it out to you?
I don't know. That's a good question. You're right.
At first, probably not. But religion +1. I got a 15.
You've heard. You're old. You're very old.
Yeah.
You've heard stories about Bahamut and what people surmise his human form to be.
Yes.
And you've heard about golden sparrows following him around. 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You've only heard stories though. You don't have concrete evidence because that sect of religion wasn't your thing.
Yeah.
What can you tell me of Bahamut?
If you're asking for a theological lesson, I'm really not the man. I know that Bahamut is a god of life, of goodness, of law and order. And I know that by following him, that all of us can be happier. It's his way and his place to make our lives better. And I know that he wants life to flourish, and that is why I follow him, because I have seen how his followers behave, and they are good, and they are helpful.
What about his physical form on this plane? Can you tell me anything on that?
I don't know.
Actually,
I don't know at all.
Actually, one of the many lessons, important teachings that you learned while in the Platinum Sanctuary is that Bahamut, more likely than not, wanders as a monk. He has the title Grandmaster.
Okay.
But the interesting part is he has 7 golden sparrows that follow him.
Okay, so I would say Well, from what I remember from the lessons, when he does come to this plane, he comes in the form of a monk with 7 golden sparrows that follow him around.
Well, I hate
Bought my
leaving my
pamphlet.
forge so much. Well, this hilt has something to do with Bahamut. When you spoke his name, I saw one of those sparrows fly outside of the porthole.
So it is his will.
Now that you're thinking about the sparrows, Bahamut, the fact that it's dwarven, dwarvish, and draconic, you look at some of the other dwarven symbols that you see on the hilt, and in a specific pattern on the hilt, the dwarven rune that you can understand, that you know is sparrow, is 7 times on the hilt.
Wait, say that one more time. Just that last part.
The dwarvish rune for sparrow, what you understand, because you can only understand half of it. You understand that you put together that there are 7 runes for sparrow on this hilt.
Oh.
Definitely had something to do with your dragon god.
I'm really excited by this. You can see that I got a huge old smile.
Yeah, he'll point at the runes and say sparrow, sparrow, sparrow.
It's all the same. 7.
And on the other half of this, you understand sparrow, 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 sparrow. You see it in draconic. You understand the half that's draconic. That's sparrow, 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 sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
in his name.
Wait. I think I was meant to. I think I was meant to make this, to forge this for you.
I run over and give him a big hug.
He does not hug you back. He will just like.
I mean, pick you up.
Off. Let me go.
He'll just kind of just fall.
I lift you up for a second and drop you to the ground. Brongar, the blessings of Bahamut are going to flow through us. Do you know how many evil people I'm going to smite?
Whoa. You, not us. You. I don't want nothing to do with Bahamut.
Don't
nothing.
You know? You're a good dwarf. Bahamut would never want to use you for this unless he knew of your goodness. He knows.
I'm putting things together, and I think my ancestor is the one that made this, and now I have to finish it.
You get the sense that if you did some more research into your family history, which you don't like doing because it's a very touchy subject for you. If you did more research into your family history, you might find something.
Well, it's not that I don't like going into my family history. It's just like my known family that's been close to me is gone. But I just might do that.
Well,
at this point, I'm excited, and I run back out to tell Thule.
Well, I'd tell you to wait.
Well, no, wait.
Yes.
With a weapon like this, we have to be cautious.
Oh, absolutely.
Others might want it for ill. I've only known you for a brief moment, but you seem good. and I wouldn't want anyone to take this from you.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. There are very few people in this world that I trust. But Thule, she's a good one.
I don't mean Thule, I mean the other ears. The other 75 ears on this ship.
You're right.
Who's missing an
You're
ear?
right.
Someone has to be.
As you say 75 years, you both look up and you see Charles standing in the doorway.
Hello, Charles. How long have you been there?
He looks at looks at his wrist like he's looking at a watch that isn't there. About 5 minutes.
Well, what do you want?
I came to see if you all wanted to come up onto the deck and talk some more about what's going on, but this is way more interesting.
Yeah.
So, blessed by the Platinum Dragon. Interesting.
And I assume that you know better than to start telling this story to people?
I only weave stories that I personally participate in, or I feel others need praise. I do not do stories of other people. Consent is key. But would you mind too terribly if I took a look at that hilt?
I'll look at you for approval.
Insight check again.
Yeah, I'll do an insight check as well.
7.
Hold on. I'll give you both the option to either roll separately or one person rolls with advantage.
I would rather do it with advantage for somebody, I think.
Whichever one of you has a higher one should do it with advantage.
I do.
I
do. Yeah, I only have a few things that I'm trained in, but what I'm trained in is all +5. So
I will assist you in this insight check then.
19.
That's added up.
Correct.
So, you don't know who Charles is. You've never heard Andros. If you ever had a conversation with Andros, you've never heard him talk about him. You've heard him talk about a friend that he used to adventure with. But from what you can tell by looking at him, he seems forthright. But once again, well, you don't know this, but he is extremely hard to read.
I
invite him into the room here. Come on, if you'd like to look at it, come in.
This would not be the first time I've been invited to a room. Walk in and I close.
Charles,
I'm going to stand in front of the door.
I have a question. Oh, sorry. You're going to stand in front of the door and what?
Just make sure he doesn't grab it and run or something.
Charles looks back at you and chuckles and says, if I admire the effort. It's really nice, and I understand why you would do such a thing. But if I wanted to leave this room, I could leave this room. But trust me, I'm nothing untoward. I'm a bit well versed myself, and I have some knowledge, and I might be able to help.
Oh, I have a question before. Excuse me. Before we allow this to go on, you say you're a friend of Andros's.
Yes.
How long have you known Andros?
It's been some years now. We've his family, if I remember correctly, his family were tailors.
Okay, out of character, or are you
He did not. In this universe, he didn't. But when we played together, yes.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay.
No. Oh, okay. Well, then retconned.
He doesn't have a family on this plane.
He was a bit of an orphan. I don't know how you're a bit of an orphan, but he was an orphan. I've known him for some time.
Just for kicks too, because I'm going to activate Divine Sense just to see if I can detect evil.
Evil.
He has someone that is family to him. Who is that? What's his name? Or what's their name?
Out of character. Are you talking about the one
Yes.
guy? Okay. Wait, talking about the one guy who's not the one guy anymore?
That's not cryptic.
Hold on.
It's
Oh, yeah. No, I got you.
Okay.
Oh, you're speaking of Pogo. I know
Then
Pogo, yes.
I'll hand the hilts to you or to Charles.
He takes the hilt and he looks at it for a moment and he jokingly makes a quick gesture and it says, don't worry, it's a joke. It's a joke. I had to see your face. And he looks under the wrapping, sees it. Oh. That's a little bit blatantly obvious, if I say so myself.
What is that?
He waves his hands. His eyes light up a bit. Huh. This?
Wait, are we talking about magic?
Yeah.
I'm pulling out my hammer and shield.
Don't worry, it's just a simple spell. It's called Identify. It helps me understand what these things are. Huh.
Oh, won't lower them.
He points at you. What's your name?
You say you, and there's two of us.
Sorry. He points at Brongar and says, "What's your name?"
Well, my name, Brongar, Ironheart.
Ironheart. Like an idiot, he says, "Your name is written in runes right here."
Yep.
Your name is written there?
Yeah.
That's what I told you.
I didn't thought it meant your full name. I would thought
Ironheart
name or something, but
No, not full name. It's just the last name.
Oh, that makes more sense.
He lifts up the hill. He lifts up and looks at it more. Does the name Draken Ironheart mean anything to you?
I don't know. Does it?
Roll a history check.
History. Yeah, 17.
There's a, and if you've looked at your family history a couple different times, and the Draken Ironheart sounds extremely familiar. You know that's a pertinent name in your family history.
How do you spell it?
DRAKEN.
Draken. Okay. And that's all I get.
I mean, yeah, you would have to go look at your family tree a little bit more.
Okay.
Possibly.
I've heard of the name, yeah, but can't pinpoint the importance. Just that it is.
If I were a gambling man, and I am, I'd say this belonged to some sort of paladin, cleric, divine soul of the platinum dragon that seems to be some kind of member of your family.
Of my family.
Well, yes, your family.
I was thinking that maybe my family was the one that made it for someone. But you're saying that it was someone in my line?
If you don't understand, if these runes are too old for you, it must be much further down your line, and you seem to be on in your ears.
I'm gonna die soon.
Should we be concerned about you waking up the next morning?
No, I'll probably die when he dies, and I'll point at Jeffrem.
What?
Good to know.
What do I have to do with your death?
No, I'm just humans only live to be what 70 on a good lifetime. You know,
I have met a 90-year-old blind man before, and he is very terrifying. At this mention, Jeffrem, you've heard of a 90-year-old blind man that lives in Vasselheim.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Oh, you cannot discount the elderly. Some of them can right kick your ass.
This one actually did kick my ass. It was he touched me in ways that did not feel comfortable to me.
How old are you, Jeffrem?
Well, that's a mid-20s, something like that. I don't know.
See, I'll probably die when he dies. If we die of old age.
Maybe.
Talk about death, man. You've got forever to go.
Nope, I have about 50 years. I'm towards the end of my life.
I bet anything that when you fought, dust comes out.
Is that what Charles says?
Yes.
Rongar will lightly throw his hammer at him and then have it return back to him.
Yes, a light hammer throw.
Like Charles doesn't he's not a come close for kind of combatant, and he's just like he jumps backwards into Jeffrem's arms.
Looks like you touched a nerve.
Yeah. I have flashbacks. That hammer simultaneously reminded me of the time I fought Kima and lost. There was no contest. And that other time where I fought that 90-year-old blind man.
Well, I'm glad I could remind you. Well, what shall we do next?
I believe it's almost supper time, and I think I heard a goblin running around saying we were invited to have dinner with the captain.
I suppose we shall go, then.
Let me take the hilt with me. I don't like leaving it around knowing what it is now.
I still have to go.
He'll nod.
If I'm ever looking at it again, it won't leave my side. I promise you
that. Charles jokingly tosses the hilt to you, and he does it so that you're not paying attention at first.
What an ass.
Come on, put that away. Let's go eat dinner then.
Go eat dinner. Yeah. Is there anything else that anyone would like to do before dinner?
Yes. When they come up on deck, I'm gonna skip. I think skipping sounds good right now. Skip over to them and say, "We're invited to dinner, and we're supposed to bring that changeling man." And I'm gonna say it like I know exactly what that means.
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Wait, us or her?
Her.
Okay.
Oh, ouch. That's like 5. Which is too bad, because I was watching to see if either of them knew what I was talking about, because I don't.
You say changeling?
Yes.
Boy, that's what she said.
Did you meet a changeling, Thule?
Yeah, she probably heard wrong.
No, but we're supposed to invite him to dinner with us.
That is what the goblin said to us.
See, I have a witness.
Well, goblins can be,
Little I know.
I think the word you're looking for is deceptive.
not deceptive.
Is there any way to discover a changeling?
If somebody
Does
has,
anyone know?
if you have cold iron and you touch a changeling with it, they'll normally recoil in pain.
Iron? Anyone?
Cold
Wait,
iron.
who's saying that?
Charles is saying that.
Can I do a insight on that?
Sure.
14, 5, 6, 19.
You see like the slightest twitch.
Okay, I'm going to toss. I'll toss my hammer, which has iron in it, for him to grab, as though he did it for what's his name?
Are you gonna? How are you gonna do? Are you waiting until he's not paying attention?
Yeah.
Like, okay. He's gonna turn and say, and look at you. As soon as he says cold iron, and then before he notices it, the hammer's coming toward him, and he tries to catch it, fails, and and his hands graze the side, and he's like, be careful where you throwing that thing.
Oh, wasn't throwing, just tossing.
I don't use hammers. I don't.
It slipped.
Hold on, give me a second.
I'll pick it back up.
Okay, Doll, you see like slight singe marks on his fingertips.
I see the singed on your finger.
Oh
He quickly.
Is this going to turn into a fight?
Puts his hands in his pockets. What burn on my finger are you speaking of?
Thule's gonna say, okay, good. Then you're the changeling person. You're supposed to come to dinner with us. And she's gonna go back and hop over to the edge of the ship again.
Charles just looks there, looks at everybody for a second, and starts to turn and walk towards the captain's quarters without saying a word.
I'm really torn because I don't like deception, but at the same point, he did just give us a lot of information and didn't try and run off with my hilt. So
what would your character do?
I know.
I will put a hand on like his shoulder or elbow, because I probably can't reach his shoulder. And no, maybe I could. I probably could.
No, you can reach his elbow. He's taller than you.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell
It'll
me I
be
should
okay.
beat that man down. Tell me I should.
Let's just wait and see what happens. He knows a few things, and I trust him a little bit less, but I think
who he says he is. Is he Charles? Is he somebody else?
Well, if I was in his predicament. I feel like maybe a lot of things aren't what it seems.
Thule, roll me a history check.
Okay.
You have advantage on.
History
We don't
13.
want to voice it to everyone that we
Is that
know.
with advantage?
No, that was not with advantage. Here we go. 12. So 13 was with advantage.
You've kept hearing, because this DC wasn't the DC for this was not high.
Okay.
There it is. You kept hearing people say his name, Charles, whatnot, and you looked at him for a bit, and you've heard of Charles.
I know bards.
You do know bards. He's not well renowned, but he's been everywhere.
Okay. Well, as soon as Thule thinks about it and figures that out, she's going to go skipping past the two, trying to decide if they're going to attack him or not. And she's going to skip up to him and start questioning him about all of these different stories that she's heard about Charles. And just because she's interested, she's excited to meet Charles the Bard.
Oh, you have heard of me.
Yes, you inspired me when I was young. That's why I got this loot. I'm not very good at it yet.
Charles Dalen Thomas, that's your son.
Dalen Thomas?
Dalen.
Okay.
It was that one time I talked to Dragon into letting me have a piece of her gold.
I was more interested in the tale of when you did a satire of the great lord. Oh, I can't remember his name. And then I heard that he wanted to cut off your head now. Is that true?
Lord Devosa. Yes. Lord Devosa and I have very tenuous friendship. He is not happy with my portrayal of him, but it was an honest portrayal nonetheless. I may not be the most honest man, but honesty is very important.
Did you really slip a rat in his meat pie?
Actually, it wasn't a rat. It was. You ever heard of a pigeon?
They're the birds, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was a seagull.
Oh.
I bribed the chef to put seagull meat in his pie.
Oh, Thule's really happy.
Back to the two who were deciding whether or not to attack the guy.
I'm going to just walk up behind him. At this point, I've calmed down enough to...
Oh, no.
The man's race has not condemning, even though it's very suspicious. So I'm just going to calmly walk behind and wait to see if there's going to be any other provocation.
I was trying to make sure it didn't happen, but so I think we're good. I will follow behind as well.
Okay, back in character
I
here.
am hungry. Haven't eaten anything all day.
It was your own fault. There was food made.
What do tortoises eat anyway?
Yes.
Gold.
Gold is metal. I don't like metal.
Oh, that was out of character.
We have that in common.
So you all file into the captain's quarters.
I'll take your gold.
Real quick, before we actually get to the captain's quarters, Thule is gonna ask him, so what is a changeling?
He very silently just puts his fingers to his lips. Due time.
She pouts the rest of the way to dinner.
Let's go to the captain's quarters, where we can speak to the captain, private. And you all file to the captain's quarters. And the door shuts, portholes are covered. And once everyone's sat down and their food is in front of them, Charles doesn't sit, says, I believe you all, I believe there's a bit of detective work amongst you. I believe you've all figured out some kind of key detail. This was a sort of test by Lord and Lady Briarwood to determine whether or
Briarwood?
Briarwood.
Yeah.
Sorry. DeRollo.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to catch you on that one too.
Briarwood?
I was like,
Oh,
oh my
sorry.
gosh,
So
we're being tested by some big bads.
And fight!
Well, Lord and Lady DeRollo, to see if you were up to the task of playing detectives. And surprise, you all passed. And as the last syllable of pass leaves his mouth, his visage changes, and it starts from the top and works its way down. And his brown mocha colored skin fades to a pale white. The hair, his head, his physical features like his hair and his beard and all that stay the same, but all the color seems to drain from him. And when he opens his eyes and you look at him, his eyes are black. And we'll call it.
Bum bum bum.
Come on, you need to do that on your instrument. Dun, dun, dun.
There we go.
Okay.
We ran a little bit longer than expected, but I was trying to get to this part. This is really wonderfully well done. Thank you all. That was great.
Yeah,
It was
it's been
great.
so much fun, you guys.
It was fun.
Are you trying to do the guy's voice from what is it?
Nope.
Because it sounds exactly like it, and I love it.
Whatever you're thinking of, I'm like turtles are slow.
Have you seen freaking
Kung Fu Panda?
No. The Mandalorian.
Oh.
What about not the newest season? No.
The first one.
Okay. What guy?
Hold on, I'll figure out his name right now. Give me a second.
Nope, but it wasn't inspired by that. It was literally just the turtles speak slowly. At least they move slowly, and then I just lowered my
I
voice.
can't think of his name, but I'm looking
Yeah.
at him. He's slow, and yeah, he has like this almost like a menacing, similar like menacing kind of tone.
I have a menacing tone.
No, it can be menacing though. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, that's a cool picture.
That's T-Bat's human form.
Tiamat or Bahamut?
Bahamut, sorry.
Yeah.
My brain is not.
Pretty sure Tiamat's evil, so.
So are the Briarwoods.
Yep.
No. Okay, here we go. Dang it.
I think we should do the outro. I don't know how this works. I've never streamed before.
No, this is fine. I think we're good.
Yep.
I can't find the guy's name. I'll tell you later, but I love it.
Okay.
All right, all. Thank you. It was fun. Oh, and someone said, "Why does the gunslinger sound like Johnny Cash?"
Yeah.
In the stream earlier.
Yep.
It was honey.
It was honey.
I'm thinking more Doc Holliday. But
Oh,
hey.
nice.
I'm still kind of figuring it out, but we'll see.
Nice
I
work,
like it.
everybody.
It was fun.
It
I'm
was
excited.
really fun. Okay, 2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now, ladies and gents.
Okay.
2 Lee weeks.
Put it up on Discord, and for any of our viewers who want to keep on with the story.
All right, I'm an outie
Yes.
for a little bit.
Yes, please.
Yay.
Thank you all for coming. All the viewers.
Thank you, Gil.
No problem. It's been a while since I DM'd. A little bit rusty.
Really went great.
It's all good. We've been there.
I feel I am
You're doing
there,
great.
so we're good.
Thank you all for joining us. And I'm not gonna steal the Critical Role thing. Until next time, guys.
Bye, Gil.
Is it Saturday yet?
Yep.
I'll do it.